If you could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Graduates, if you could please stand. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
It is important that we demonstrate respect for the historic and contemporary presence of indigenous peoples in California and particularly the San Diego area. It is important for us to recognize that our school resides on what are historically the traditional homelands of indigenous peoples who were dispossessed of their homelands. We are grateful and appreciative to the indigenous peoples, the traditional caretakers of the land, for the use of their lands on which we work, study, and learn. In this spirit, we would like to acknowledge and pay our respects to the Luiseño, Cahuilla, Cupeño, Kumeyaay, Northern Diegueño tribes, and other American Indian and indigenous peoples and communities who have been and continue to be part of these homelands in California.
Okay, can you hear me back there? Perfect. Welcome. This is the 2026 graduation for Motivated Youth Academy, and I'd like to welcome everybody here. So thank you for joining us in the celebration of the hard work that those sitting in front of you with the caps and gowns and tassels on have completed to earn their high school diploma. When we start things, I always like to give a few acknowledgments to people. And so what I'd like to do is ask the My Academy staff, everybody please stand up if you would, and just take a look around the room, and let's give a round of applause to the My Academy staff. Okay, thank you. You guys can take your seats if you like or continue standing. The student success doesn't just happen because they work hard or because the school has great staff. There's another big component of student success, and that's everybody else in the room that's not a graduate or a My Academy staff member. So I'm talking to parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, community members, everybody that's here tonight has a role in the outcomes that students have, the student success that they enjoy, the learning they experience, in this case, ultimately earning their high school diploma. At My Academy, we like to refer to all of you as our educational partners because we're all together in this. Okay? Student success isn't really the result of any one person's effort, but it's all of us as educational partners working together to provide these young people with the opportunity to grow and to learn and ultimately graduate high school. So if I could, I'd like to ask everybody who is not a My Academy staff member or a graduate to stand if you're able to. Stand up, that's all you people. And I'd like to ask the graduates and the staff, along with everybody standing, to give yourselves a round of applause for your contributions to their success. And you can sit back down. You probably wonder why all the My Academy staff are wearing these Aloha shirts, trying to think we're like Don Ho singing Tiny Bubbles for all the old people, or somebody from Bikini Bottom with SpongeBob, but we're none of those things. At My Academy, we like to speak about being one family. And the Hawaiian word for family is ohana. And so to honor the My Academy family, we wear these shirts to remind ourselves that it's more than just the work that we do. You're all part of that family as well. And so I want one of the things that the graduates take away from here today now is that you're part of our family. Okay? This is not the end of a journey. This is just one step in that journey. And you've got many more steps to continue on as you move through life. And some of those steps are going to be easy. Some of them are going to be hard. Some of them will be downhill. Some of them will be uphill. Okay? And along the way, just like you've had help from somebody, a family member, somebody in the community, a My Academy staff member, you're going to need somebody to bounce an idea off of, to talk to think about, to run something by. So understand you're part of our family, and if at any time we can ever be of assistance to you, whether it's in the next few years as you're going to prepare to go on to a college or go into a career, please keep our phone. How many of you have devices? Any of you have one of these? Nobody? Give me a thumbs up if you got one of these. Okay. Keep our numbers in it. Okay. And you can reach out to us anytime and we'll help you any way we can. All right. This doesn't mean that this is the end of your relationship with My Academy. It just means you've earned your high school diploma. Okay. Success in life is a lot like playing Legos. Anybody play Legos when they were a little kid? Anybody play Legos? There's all kinds of different colored blocks. And you take those Legos and you start stacking them up to build something, right? And you put a red one and a green one and a blue one and all that stuff. Sometimes Legos are different sizes, right? So there's long ones and there's big, thick ones and there's the regular ones. So you take all those Legos and you stack them, and each Lego is like a success in your life. And you get this big, beautiful stack of successes made of all these different colors that represent the different things you've done. They're all different sizes. Some are big. Those are the harder things you've tried. Some are small. Those are the easier things you tried. But you make this big, beautiful wall, and then what happens? Sometimes it stays there, but more often than not, your little brother or sister kicks it over. Your mom tells you to clean your room. Something happens to it, it falls over, it all falls apart, right? So just like when you were a little kid, what did you do? Did you quit playing with Legos? Huh? No, you started over. So you take those little Legos, they're all different colors representing all the different things you're going to try in your life, and you start snapping them together, and you start building that wall of success again. And that's a process that continues throughout your life. You've already done that here at My Academy and even before. And that's led to the success that you have tonight by earning your high school diploma. The last thing I would say to you is this: don't ever stop dreaming. Okay? 10 years ago, how many of you watched a movie? Let's go back even further for the old fogies like me here. 50 years ago, if I wanted to see a movie, you know how I watched it? Pretty close, back of a truck or a drive-in theater. That's pretty good, dude. I like that. At the drive-in theater or going to the theater. That's where you watch the movie. About 20 years ago, they came up with this deal called cable TV. Anybody hear of cable TV? Okay. And I could watch movies on cable TV. I didn't have to go to the theater anymore. Okay. And then they created Netflix and all those kinds of things that are related. And then all of a sudden, about, you guys probably know better than me, 3 or 4 years ago, they started streaming. Anybody know what streaming is? Give me a thumbs up if you know what streaming is. Now, I can watch movies on this. I would have never thought that. I couldn't even comprehend that 40 years ago when I was going to the movie theater or drive-in. I could have never comprehended that 20 years ago when I watched cable TV. I couldn't have even imagined that 5 years ago when you folks were just starting high school, that I could watch a movie on my device. But somebody somewhere had a dream about that. And they kept working on it. And when people said, nobody's going to watch a movie on their device, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? But whoever came up with that idea kept dreaming and kept working on it. And that's what you want to do with your dreams. As I wrap this up, there's a thing coming up in LA here over the next couple of years called the Olympics. Has anybody ever heard of the Olympics? Have you? When I was a kid, there was a cartoon on. you guys probably don't even know what cartoons are, but it was called the Jetsons. And the Jetsons got around town in flying cars or jets. And people said, oh, that's funny. Whatever. In Los Angeles, in 2 years, this is 2026, the Olympics are going to be just starting. And there are going to be aerial taxis that fly people around LA. So just like you call to get an Uber right now to ride around town here, you'll be able to call and you'll be able to get in a flying car. And how many of you, anybody ever been to LA? It's crazy up there. You'll be able to get in this flying car and fly around wherever you want to go to LA. You're going to have to pay for it, but you'll be able to do that. But that person had a dream. So I want to leave you with this. Whatever your dream is, stay true to your dream. Always chase your dream. Don't ever let anybody else talk you out of your dream. And when you see a few clouds that kind of float in the way of your dream, reach out to some of your family, the My Academy staff, the people that are here to support you, your friends, and talk through your dream. And remember, it's okay to change your dream or modify your dream, but always have a dream. Don't just go through the motions, taking one step in front of the other. All right? So thank you very much. Good luck. And we're going to go ahead and proceed to the next part of the program, which is student remarks. And this is where you're going to have an opportunity to present a rose to somebody that's, everybody stand up and go over there with Mr. Espinoza. And you're going to have a chance to present a rose to somebody that has played a significant role in your success. And if you're comfortable, please take a few minutes to share your experiences.
Yeah. Welcome, My Academy community. The excitement in this room is undeniable. So at this time, I'd like to invite all the graduates who are lined up here to do the expression of gratitude rose ceremony. This ceremony is a special My Academy tradition that gives each graduate the opportunity to reflect on their journey and share a few words about what brought them to this moment. This is one way we honor student voice and celebrate the unique path that each graduate has taken. Graduates, when it is your turn, please follow these 3 steps. First, come forward and pick up a rose. Next, share your remarks and tell us who you have chosen to honor. Finally, present your rose to that person as a symbol of your gratitude. Each graduate has the opportunity to recognize someone who has played an important role in their success. Whether it is a family member, friend, mentor, teacher, or another supporter, this rose is a small but meaningful way to say thank you. Graduates may also choose to share a brief statement about the person they are honoring. In addition, graduates are welcome to share their other thoughts, memories, or reflections about their experience at My Academy and what this journey has meant to them. As we witness this expression of gratitude, let us reflect on the power of support, encouragement, and believing in one another. These moments remind us that no one reaches milestones like this alone.
My name is Giovanni, and I'd like to dedicate my rose to my mother, also known as my best friend and my number one in my heart. I think she really inspired me a lot in life, and she's just a really hard worker, and she's really sacrificed all to get me to where I am here today.
You ready?
Hi, my name is Darina Laban, and I want to give the flower for my father because helped me a lot and telling me you can do it, and I want to give it the flower to my father.
Jonathan, I'd like to dedicate my rose to my mother who has gone through my medical issues with me and helped me get to this point with all the sacrifices she's made for me and my siblings.
My name is Anton Cashman. I would like to give this rose to my mom. She's been there for me through the ups and downs and never gave up on me. And I love you.
That was beautiful.
My name is Jerica, and I would like to dedicate this rose to my tia Jessica, who inspires me every day to not only be a better person, but a better woman. I love you, tia.
I am Juvia, and I would like to give my rose to my brother who's always been there for me.
Hello, my name is Michael Gonzalez, and I'd like to dedicate my rose to Octavia. You show me that I can achieve anything I put my mind to, and I thank you for being my role model.
Mi nombre es Mariana. Esta rosa le pertenece a dos personas que sacrificaron toda su vida por su familia, obtuvieron la responsabilidad de crear a mí y a mis hermanos, después de crear a sus propios hijos, una responsabilidad que no tenían que obtener. Ellos dedicaron sus vidas a asegurar nuestros futuros, siempre diciendo, no queremos que se queden como nosotros, pero en esta tarde yo les digo, ya no se quedan atrás. Esta noche ustedes junto conmigo reciben el honor de decir, lo hicimos.
Hi, my name's Luke Harris. I'm giving my rose to my grandma. She's inspired me a lot and she's always
Hello, my name is Isaiah. I would like to give my rose to Stephanie for being there for me all the time and pushing me to graduate this year.
My name is Ashley, and I dedicate this rose to my daughter because she motivated me to keep pushing forward and to finish what I started. To finish what I start.
My name is Justin, and this rose goes to my grandma, who's always supported her family even when she had nothing, and she's really kind, sweet, and supportive to anyone.
My name's Jasmine, and I would like to dedicate my rose to my mom for always being there for me, for pushing me, and for getting me through all the hard times.
Hello, my name is Cody. I want to give my rose to my mom. Thank you for being the best mom I could ever ask for. I love you very much.
Hello, my name is Basita. I'm giving flowers my dad because he always support me and stand by my side.
Hi, my name is Noria. I'm giving my rose to my sister because she supported me.
سلام، نام مربینا است. ایگل تقدیم پدرم، چون او با محبت و زحمتکشی زندگی مرا زیبا ساخته و هیچ کس مثل از او نیست.
Hi, my name is Marian Mendoza, and I'd like to dedicate this rose to my mother, to one of the most strongest, hardworking people I know. Time and time again, I've seen you sacrifice a lot for us. You go above and beyond in your care for us. I appreciate all that you do, and I love you.
سلام، من آمنه هستم. این گل برای مادرم تقدیم میکنم به خاطری که مهربان ترین شخص در زندگی من مادرم.
Hi, my name is Medina. I give this rose to my mother because she always uh, always with me in the hard times and help me a lot to succeed. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ilhamuddin Nuristane. I would like to give you my rose, my cousin. He always support me, Adnan.
Hi, my name is Alexia, and I would like to give my rose to my sister because even though she's my little sister, oh my God, she's someone that I look up to and somebody who I think is strong and somebody I care about.
Hello, my name is Abraham, and I'd like to give this rose to my mother because she's always been there for me throughout my entire life.
Hi, my name is Jaden. I want to give my rose to my daughter because I don't know where I would be without her.
Hello, my name is Abdi Wadi, and I'm giving my rose to my mother.
We're going to be awarding the diplomas now. Giovanni Antonio Aguilar. Darine Alaban. Jonathan Orlando Bronco. Anton John Cashman. Jerica Connie Cordero. Juvia Anali Gamis. Michael Raymond Gonzalez. Mariana Guardian. Luke Merlin Harris. Isaiah Rudy Hernandez. Ashley Irene Ibarra. Justin Alexis Hara Vasquez. Jasmine Jessen. Cody Lee. Basita Mahmoudi. Rowena Mahmoudi. Nuria Mengal. Marian Mendoza. Amina Nouri. Medina Nouri. Ilhamuddin Noristani. Alexia Nunez. Abraham Jesus Salazar. Jaden Alicia Shannon. Abdi Hassan Wadi.
Oh, I'm up. Can I put this over here? I'm gonna move this. There we go. The reason is that I have this because, I don't want you to miss anything that I have to say. And when I sing, I just want you to make sure you hear everything. First of all, what a great, great evening. And it's as was said earlier, attitude is amazing. It's the most important. It's interesting. Just for your information, when I was in 6th grade, my teacher told my dad that he'd be lucky if I graduated from high school. And I worked my way through school as a janitor. But I also had a dream that I would, a hope that I wanted to do something. I wanted to be a teacher. And I decided, and so then I became a principal, and I teach college, work with students and people who want to be teachers. But part of that is one of the things I realized, and this isn't boasting, but this is what I'm telling you guys. You guys, when you think about courage, you think of bravery, you think about people, like the superheroes and stuff like that. But that's special. That's fiction. But you are courageous. You are brave, because each of you has a reason to not be here. But you are here. You're making a decision to be here. You have a dream about your life. You have something you want to do, a life you want to live. And you have to step forward for yourself. But while you're stepping for yourself, you're not alone. You've got people who love you and people who care about you. It's out of tune. Oh, well, it'll be close enough. Wherever you go, wherever you may wander in your life, surely you know we always want to be there by your side, holding your hand and standing by to catch you when you fall, because you will fall. We all fall. We stumble, but keeping you through in everything you do, and watching you grow and going through the changes in your life. That surely you know I'll always want to be there by your side. Whenever you feel you need a friend to lean on, here we are. Whenever you call, you know we're gonna be there. Let me be there in your morning. Hey, let me be there in your night. Let me change whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you to that glory land where only we can share. All I ask you, let me be there. All I ask you, let me be there. That's your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, people who love you. Just know that people love you, and you're courageous, and God bless you.
All right, as we wrap this deal up here, a couple of housekeeping things. When we're done, we're going to introduce the graduates and present them to you. And they're going to exit down the middle row. Is that right? And then they're going to go out in the, hello? They're going to go out out into the patio area, and they're going to go and turn, after you're done taking pictures and things, you remember to turn your gowns in, okay, where you got them. So that's after you take pictures. When they get out, we're gonna open the side doors, and we can exit out to the patio through those side doors, and you'll be able to take pictures with whoever you like. We have set up down here to the left. As you go out the doors to the left, you'll see a big thing that says My Academy with some blocks that say Class of 2026 on it. And so everybody kind of can go in front of that and take pictures with yourself, your friends, your parents, your family, whoever, and we'll all get a turn in there to snap pictures, and then you're free to take off. So that's kind of how we're wrapping things up. Am I forgetting anything? Okay. So with that, I'd like to ask the graduates to stand up. And I always goof this up, so I got to turn my back to you for a second, okay? But I'd like to ask you to take your hand on the tassel on the right side of your hat, move it over to the left, okay? That looks pretty good. When the tassel's on that side, that lets you know they're a high school graduate. And so, ladies and gentlemen, ready? I'd like to introduce to you the graduating class from Motivated Youth Academy for 2026. And if you listen to the music, it's happy. So everybody put your happy face on and clap for the graduates.